go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that?
And we see a while ago the Warriors getting prepared for the task at hand. We have the Thunder as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Here's the starting five. State Farm presents our lineup for the tip-off. And one of the players will be watching this one closely, Andrew Bogut.
Well, Kevin, I love big men who are equally adept at blocking shots and taking charges. There's a level of sophistication defensively there that's really impressive for Bogut. He's able to read things and anticipate what's happening before anybody else can.
And offensively, still coming around after that elbow injury, but he contributes there too on post-ups or cleaning up after offensive rebounds, and he's a deceptive passer as well. You can tell a lot about a team by how it handles its business on the road. Typically, that's a good barometer of what kind of success a team is going to have, what they get done on the road. The Thunder showed last year they were going to be right in the mix with their road play.
Now here's Westbrook. Here's Durant. He sinks the 11-footer. Durant's got the first points up on the board for the Thunder.
Slick play right there. He's so resourceful with the ball in his hands.
Curry with it. He feeds it to Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Yeah, the Thunder finished 21-12 on the road last season. For a team so good at home to be able to win on the road like they did, Steve, I thought that was incredibly impressive.
Well, to be an elite team in the NBA, Kevin, you have to win on the road. You've got to control your home court and then be able to go out and grind out wins away from home, and that's exactly what Oklahoma City has established the last couple of seasons.
Here's Curry. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Curry against Westbrook. The 9-foot shot. Can't hit. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Passes to Cephalosha. And there's the call on Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Perkins kicks to Durant. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Westbrook can't get it to go.
Well, guys, I think the big question with Andrew Bogut is, can he stay healthy? When he's been able to play, he's been very productive. He can pass, he can score down on the low block, but he just hasn't been able to consistently string healthy seasons together.
Now here's Curry, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Thompson passes to Bogut. The baseline jumper goes down. And here's Westbrook. And now Bogut getting a fresh start with the new team. He's hoping to, like, put those injuries behind him.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, Kevin, I think he can be a dominant player. He passes it well, he can block shots, he rebounds effectively, he can score. The issue is just his health. If he's healthy, he'll be a factor.
Here's Curry. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Curry with it. Westbrook picks him up. Shot clock at 6. Durant against Barnes. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Well, you look at Mark Jackson, I think he's got a ton of potential as a head coach. He was a great point guard in this league, one of the all-time leading assist makers in NBA history, and a really good person. Has a wonderful feel for people, good communicator. He's got a chance to be really good.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Mark Jackson.
I asked him what he thought would be the key for them, and he told me dealing with the penetration of Russell Westbrook. He's one of the most explosive athletes in the game. We've got to send him to help and rotate early to deny him finishes at the rim. Guys, that's never easy.
Thank you, Doris. And Stevie talked about Mark Jackson's potential as a coach. New to the profession, but a long-time playing career as a point guard. He was a leader, certainly, and recognizes that. And how do you think he'll be, as he continues on? Do you think he'll be successful?
I do, Kevin. He communicates well. We talked about the fact that he was a broadcaster. Obviously speaks well and is funny, and I think that's important as a coach. He's also very demanding. He knows what he wants. Biggest thing is he has to get players. And, when he came in last year, Golden State was very thin. They didn't have much talent, but they're starting to build that talent base, and I think Mark will grow with this team.
That's good. The Warriors trailing. Now here's Curry. Now the dish to Barnes. Back to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State here. 6 to shoot. Here's Thompson. Tries again. In deep. Lee drops it in.
And a really poor job boxing out there, guys. A momentary lapse in concentration, I think.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Covered by Barnes. Fader on the way. Durant, no good.
The defense got away with one there. I mean, usually he'll hurt you if you give him that kind of a shot.
This one for 3. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Thompson. 7 points for Barnes. Thunder trailing by 4. Now Westbrook. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Westbrook. Goes for the alley-oop. It's tipped. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
The interesting story a year ago with Golden State was promising season ticket holders that they would make the playoffs. And, I thought went overboard a little bit because the Warriors team just wasn't quite talented enough to fulfill that promise. And anytime you put yourself out on a limb like that, it can be dangerous. You're now in a vulnerable spot.
The Warriors making a switch here. Rush is checked in. Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. Durant hits them both. And to be fair, the Warriors were in a position at one point where they had a chance at the playoffs. I'm going back some time now, but the injuries just put them out of contention.
Yeah, it really did. And although it derailed them a bit, it showed the value of depth, something the Warriors wanted to address this offseason, and they still have playoff ambitions because of that.
Lee with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. Bogut. The Thunder pull it in. Durant with it over Lee. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Westbrook. And 12 points for Kevin Durant. He dishes it to Thompson. Fires the 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing him. I think they've got to find a way to chase him off the three-point line.
Here's Durant. The kick out to Westbrook. And there's the feed to Durant. Durant drawing the double team. Lee with the steal. Here's Rush. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
The D was all over. They just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Well, you could see it happening. You knew the Thunder were poised for a deep playoff run last year after coming up court to the Mavericks in 2011. They made quick work of them in the first round last year.
Carl Landry's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Harden's checked in. Thunder trailing by 5. Collison with the screen for Harden. Cephalosha up top. Outside Westbrook. Over Curry. And it's blocked by Curry. Right side Landry. No one near him. kept alive. Lee dishes to Thompson. And that's going to be a travel. Andres Biedrins, who's checked in for Golden State. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Jones checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. Here's Westbrook. Looking back on that series, Clark, it was a bit of a statement from the Thunder to go out and sweep the defending champions. Had a couple close games in there. But to do it in Dallas, I thought with a Game 4 series-clinching win was pretty impressive. I know, Steve, you thought so as well.
Oh, no question. And then, of course, they followed that up by beating the Lakers and then San Antonio before finally losing to Miami in the finals. So you look at that murderer's row of opponents that they had to face in the playoffs and to win 3 series, pretty remarkable. Really, guys, for me, you love that stroke he has from long range. A terrific three-point shooter. Every team needs a guy like that who can extend the defense and really allow for the floor spacing that you need to make cuts to the basket.
And he is a persistent defender, too, Steve. I mean, even if he gets caught behind on the break, he'll bust his behind to get back into the play and maybe come up with a block at the last second.
And the Warriors making a change here. Jack's checked in. The Thunder also changing it up. Daquan Cook comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Maynard in for Russell Westbrook. Outside Curry. From outside the arc. Good, and Jack gets the assist. And that's now 6 points for Steph Curry. Thunder trailing by 8.
But you look at Steph Curry, lightly recruited out of high school and ended up playing collegiately at Davidson. And, of course, who could forget their amazing run in Curry's sophomore season? Davidson made it all the way to the Elite Eight, losing to the eventual national champion Kansas Jayhawks.
Now here is Jack. Harden missing his last shot. And the basket by Biedrins. And the Warriors lead by 10.
A lot of points for them here early in the first quarter. I mean, this could get ugly.
Yeah, they sure could. They're on quite a pace right now, and judging by their lead, this game could get out of hand in a hurry.
Now here's Jones. And here's Harden. Lock at 6. Off the run, and it's rejected. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Landry. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And that's exactly what you call a high percentage hoop there.
Sure is.
The one-handed throwdown. Gotta love it.
And you know, Steph Curry, to his credit, has spent part of his offseasons back on campus at Davidson, finishing his degree in sociology. He stayed close to that team as well, and certainly there's still a bond between Steph Curry and the Davidson community. He had a special few years there as a student athlete, and that's a bond that I think will continue throughout his life.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Biedrins. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Klay Thompson in for Steph Curry. The Thunder also changing it up. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Collison. Durant comes in for Jones. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Eric Maynard. And that one's good.
Harrison Barnes.
Westbrook's got his second basket of the game.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
The Thunder have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Lee's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Barnes. Free throw good, Westbrook.
You know, there have been rumblings, guys, that the Warriors are looking at a return to San Francisco and maybe building a new stadium across the bay. But we'll see how that goes. That's a very difficult thing to do these days, to secure the finances necessary and permits through the city. So we'll see what ends up happening. But either way, we know the Warriors will remain extremely popular in the Bay Area.
Here's Westbrook. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. Westbrook kicks to Durant. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside Jack. Funny shot. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists in the game. And I know they've been looking for a place to play in San Francisco. They had a chance to go play over where the Giants are, and they chose Clark, their own spot, down on Pier 3032. So in 2017, they will be in San Francisco.
That's right. Coming to the Bay, it's hard enough to find parking in San Francisco, much less a spot to put a stadium in.
Thunder trailing by 13. 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. Durant with a screen on Jack. Harden the pass to Westbrook. Curry with the steal. Thompson inside the line. The shot is off. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
It's still early, but so far they've set the tone here with their rebound.
Yeah, big margin for them early. They've been dominant on the glass.
Durant covered by Lee. Good.
Kevin Durant.
16 points for Kevin Durant.
He's really come out this quarter saying, give me the ball. I'm taking over. I'm demanding the ball. And you know what? He's delivered. A tremendous performance this quarter.
Westbrook drives in. Here's Harden. That's good.
James Harden.
Harden's got 5 now.
Both sides really coming out of the gate firing here.
Guys, they look like they were raring to go in this one. A lot of offense early on.
Curry with him. Westbrook picks him up to the middle. Here's Lee. Jams it with authority.
An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
Here's Westbrook. The Warriors making the shot. Feeds it to Durant. Over Lee. And it's Curry with the rebound. Thompson against Harden. Thompson dishes to Jack. Over Perkins. Off target from the baseline. And Bogut slams it in.
Major glass eating that time, fellas.
That's just the kind of aggressive basketball he's known for.
Yeah, it seems like we see that play from him almost every night. An offensive board that ends with a slam.
Here's Westbrook, and that's not going to go. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far.
30
Warriors ahead. They lead by 13. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Thunder, we've got Maynard, Nick Collison out there with Perry Jones. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha, and it's Harden in at the 2. Shot's good. Harden's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Thunder. And Jack kicks to Biedrins. Back to Jack. Kicks to Thompson. Dishes it to Landry. The turnaround jumper. And the Warriors lead by 13. The Thunder shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, the Warriors ownership have some big plans, and those include a new waterfront arena in San Francisco's Embarcadero district starting in 2017. The new site, located south of the Bay Bridge on Piers 30 to 32, would have glass walls on 3 sides to overlook the incredible views. It would also mark the Warriors' return to San Francisco after having played in Oakland for the last 40 years. But the Warriors really are, quote, the Bay Area's team. And with the public transport options and the booming financial sector both near the site of the new arena, it certainly seems like a great location.
A lot of excitement around this Warriors franchise. A beautiful new arena can only help.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
Here's Jack. Pass to Thompson. From the arc. Another three for Golden State.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Here's Maynard. He passes to Harden. Here's the three. That is good.
James Harden for three.
Harden's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, everything is falling for him now. He hasn't missed a shot this quarter. You know, James Harden has started to draw comparisons to Manu Ginobili for his ability to really do it all offensively. Shoot, drive, create, and of course, being left-handed, that helps too. Well, if anything, Thompson has been an even better shooter in the pros than he was in college. Maybe because people aren't focused on him as much offensively. But he has a beautiful stroke, and he's a dead-eye from the three-point line.
But Steve, even when he's closely guarded, he has the confidence and focus to knock it down. Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Andrew Bogut checked in for Biedrich. Lee comes in for Carl Landry. Barnes, he's checked in for Brandon Rush. And Steph Curry subbed in for Jarrett Jack.
And, you know, guys, you look at that James Harden-Ginobili comparison, and they both can really run the pick and roll effectively. They're slashers, they're smart, they can shoot the three, they've got the mid-range pull-up. I think Harden still has a ways to go defensively to be on Manu's level, but he's making strides there as well.
Now Thompson. James Harden missing on the three.
You know, one of the reasons the Warriors traded Monte Ellis last year was because they had Klay Thompson waiting in the wings. He's got better size at the shooting guard than Ellis had, a dead-eye shooter, and I think a guy who has an opportunity to become a big-time player in this league.
That free throw good from Thompson. And once the Ellis trade opened up an opportunity for Klay Thompson last season, he did not shy away from the opportunity.
No, he seized it and embraced it. A lot of confidence for this young man, and you'd expect that coming from a basketball pedigree. His dad, Michael Thompson, the first overall pick back in the 1978 draft. After the trade, Klay Thompson averaged almost 19 a game.
Good on both.
Well, it's interesting. This Oklahoma City team has gotten better and better. And now it's to the point where every year the expectations are for the Thunder to pretty much get out of the West and maybe win the championship. Not easy to play with that kind of burden.
And it's sent back by Bogut. Shots good by Ibaka.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Last season, though, when you talk about expectations, the Thunders have to be pleased with what they were able to accomplish.
And Kevin, you know, the way the Thunder played in the postseason, it was obvious that the expectations didn't bother them at all.
And while I'm sure there's some disappointment that they weren't able to win at all, losing to the Heat in 5 in a series where Oklahoma City was actually favored.
Yeah.
I think in the big picture, you have to appreciate how far they've come in such a short time.
Yep.
The future, obviously, very bright in OKC.
That's now 6 straight points off open threes. Get a hand up, fellas. Pay attention to the scouting report.
Well, you know how quickly things can go south when you start giving up wide open looks to this team.
Back to Jack. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Jack's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? That's just an awful turnover.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Warriors leading by 15. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
Harden gets a screen from Ibaka. Here's Westbrook. The shot will not go. Jack with the defensive effort.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
Here is Cook. He kicks it to Harden. Three-pointer. Gets it to go.
3 points.
Harden's got 17.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
Westbrook against Jack. In low to Bogut. The pass to Barnes. He feeds it to Thompson. Over Harden. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Barnes. Thompson's got 12 points now in the quarter. Thunder trailing by 14. Harden outside. Off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Throws up the alley-oop. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball.
Warriors leading by 14. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Boy, how about that scene a year ago when the Warriors decided to retire Chris Mullin's number, and the team owner, was actually presenting Mullin. He was booed during the ceremony. Very ugly scene and very disappointing from the fans, but you have to understand their frustration too. This is a team that has made the playoffs only once in the last couple of decades.
Jack against Westbrook. Now here is Jack. The shot is off. On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Thompson. Passes it to Durant. Backs down. Lets it go with a three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Back to that moment you brought up, Steve. It was a tough scene to watch, and really it just seemed like an opportunity for the fans, I think, Clark, to vent more than anything else.
And Kevin, vent they did, but if you're a fan base that has gone through what they have over the past 4 decades, you can empathize with that built-up frustration. Still, it was an unfortunate thing to have happen on what should have been Chris Mullin's night.
Here's Westbrook after Jarrett Jack's score. Westbrook passes to Durant. Ibaka. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Ibaka's got 4 points this quarter.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Thompson dishes to Jack. Thompson. The dish to Lee. Golden State moving the ball around. Outside Jack. Bogut sets a screen for Jack. Off the pick. And Durant sends it back. They get it back. Bogut, that's good. Bogut's got 8 points.
He will fight you down low, guys. Really battles in there. He comes up with a lot of second chance buckets.
And Thompson kicks to Jack. He dishes it to Bogut. Defended by Durant. The jump hook. And again, Andrew Bogut. He's got 10. Thunder trailing by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 18 points for Kevin Durant. Warriors leading by 16. Stolen by Harden. Oh!
Look out!
Watch out below! Wow! Pretty significant lapse there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones, you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. Golden State's gone off with a three-pointer tonight. They're a perfect 7 of 7. Lee against Durant. Here's Barnes. Another three for Golden State.
I love this guy. One of the best spot-up shooters around. Very dangerous if the defense loses sight of him, even for a second.
Well, you're talking real talk there, and running the pick and pop with him gives them an excellent option every time down the court.
And here is Durant. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. Shots good by Durant. Here's Thompson. He's got 17.
You know, a lot of people have asked if a town like Oklahoma City might be a little too slow for a superstar like Kevin Durant, but that's not really his personality. He's a baller. He just wants to stay in the gym and play on a winning team, so this is a perfect spot for him.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Guys, the Warriors' Jeremy Tyler was the 39th selection overall in the 2011 draft. At 6 feet 10, he's played mostly at center. Tyler said, "I've always been kind of a power forward center type, but I really want to embrace the center position. I'm pretty athletic, pretty quick, and I think it would be hard for bigger centers to guard me. I'm trying to embrace it and adapt to that position." And guys, with a 7'5" wingspan and 34-inch vertical, he certainly plays above the rim.
An intriguing young talent. Thanks.
And he has the size and the bounce to play that 5 spot.
You know, Durant is a great kid. You know why he wears number 35? That was the age of his mentor. When he was growing up, he had an AAU coach that he grew very, very close to. And at 35 years of age, the guy was murdered. So to remember him and to serve as inspiration for Durant, he wears the uniform, number 35. So that's the kind of kid he is. So when you hear about a kid working on his game like that, you know, that's what Durant loves. He's all about basketball.
Yeah, he really is. Loves being in the gym, loves the challenge of trying to get better, and loves the element of competition that is the game. And when you've got his skills and gifts and ability, and you add the motor that he has to that, you've got something special that's going to be our treat to watch for years to come.
Here is Harden. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Nice quick spin move there to get in close.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Now, here's Curry. He's got 6. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Barnes. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, nobody was quite sure where Harrison Barnes would end up being drafted. Some people had him going as high as 2, but he dropped to 7th for the Warriors. What a perfect fit. They needed a small forward. He's a guy who can really shoot the ball. He can play off of Steph Curry and Andrew Bogut. I think the draft couldn't have fallen any better for the Warriors.
He misses the free throw.
And going back to Barnes and the Warriors for a minute, you know, it seemed to work out perfectly from where I see it. They needed help at the 3, and Barnes was one of 2 players that could be impact rookies right from day 1 at the small forward position.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for the Thunder. Good on the second free throw.
Well, one thing that you can't say is that the Thunder's rise to the top caught anyone by surprise. In the annual GM survey before the season started, more than 2/3 of the general managers in the league picked Oklahoma City to win the West.
Simply said, it's going to take a much better effort than that, son, on a shooter like him.
Outside Curry. The feet to Barnes over Cephalosha. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Curry. And that's 15 points for Barnes. And you look at the roster they have, and Steve, you kind of alluded to it around the league. They were garnering great success. The stars like Westbrook and Durant, so much youth. It's no wonder all those GMs, Clark, Steve was just talking about, picked Oklahoma City.
And the scary thing is that they'll keep getting picked over and over again. I mean, they have a lot of depth and a lot of skill, and I just see them getting better and better each season.
34 seconds left to play in the first half. Now Curry. He's got 6. Feeds to Barnes over Cephalosha. Barnes can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 13. Harden outside. Dishes to Perkins. Back to Harden. Beatrice with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And the dunk by Barnes.
Boy, that happened fast. Just the immediate bucket off the steal.
Well, one of the things they have is the ability to score quickly after a turnover.
And that concludes the first half. Warriors lead by 15. Well, folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
All right, I hope you're enjoying this Wednesday of NBA action. Now let's get to the halftime report. The Warriors are on a tear right now. Their great passing has been fun to watch, keeping the ball moving and picking apart that D. Klay Thompson has been tremendous in the first half. High percentage looks in the first half. Amazing work from the field, shooting in the high 60s. That's big-time bucket buying. For the Thunder, a different story. They've done a lackluster job boxing out for the defensive rebounds, getting run over inside. Not the best start for Russell Westbrook. Just can't find anything going for himself. He's shooting under 30% from the floor. And we'll see you next time as the second half's about to get underway out in Oakland. So long.
Welcome back to beautiful San Francisco, the Bay Area, and a view of the Bay Bridge. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
Well, you might want to draw up a couple plays for him because he's been great from the outside.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? It's like there's nobody else in the gym the way he's shooting. I mean, sometimes you get in that zone from deep, and I'm sure you've known about it and done it in your past, but he's in that Steve Kerr zone.
Now Thompson. James Harden missing on the three. Barnes and Lee, they make up the forwards. Steph Curry and Thompson manning the backcourt. And it's Bogut in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for Mark Jackson as we begin the second half.
And with the look out. Watch out now.
Well, this fella can rise up there with the best of them.
Just a crazy finish, guys.
He's one of the few players with the athleticism to pull that off.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Warriors leading by 13. Curry with it. Kicks it to Thompson. Pass to Lee. He kicks it to Thompson. He passes it to Bogut. Perkins on him. Just 5 on the clock. Drops it in from 11 feet. That's 12 points for Bogut. Thunder trailing by 15. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Over Barnes. And again, it's Kevin Durant. Durant's got 24 points.
Well, for one, he hasn't let him down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Curry with it. Westbrook picks him up. And the pass to Thompson. Back to Curry. Lee. Good on the shot. Lee's got 8.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
Westbrook against Curry. Lobs the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
Warriors leading by 15. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Thompson with the bucket.
Second half is flowing nicely so far on offense. 75% from the field is what they're shooting.
Outside Westbrook. Back to Durant. Gets it to go. Durant's got 6 points in the quarter.
It's been all makes for him so far this half. 3 chances and 3 conversions so far.
Warriors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Curry kicks to Bogut. Gets the bucket. Bogut's got 14 points for the game.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Time call here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
You know, the Warriors had a lot of issues last season, but one area where they continued to improve was their performance against fellow Western Conference foes. They really played well against the West before injuries hit hard down the stretch.
Now here's Westbrook. 5 points in the game.
Now still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
To the inside. And the dunk by Barnes.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet.
He feeds it to Perkins. Back to Westbrook. Ibaka with the screen on Curry. Shoots from the elbow. Westbrook missing again. And when you have injuries, Steve, to your big players like Bogut and Curry, the West can be downright brutal to you. And I think, Clark, that the Warriors experienced that firsthand.
They found out right away how difficult it can be, because in rebuilding mode halfway through the season, that was a challenge.
That's tough.
Hopefully for their fans, it'll pay off this year.
Now here's Durant. 26 points for him. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Timeout called the Warriors.
I think the thing that sets Kevin Durant apart is the fact that he's about 7 feet tall, and yet he's got elite shooting guard skills. I don't know if anybody in the history of the league has had his ability to shoot with range and to create shots with his ball handling at 25 feet. Just amazing.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Carl Landry's checked in for Bogut. And it's Rush in for Barnes. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Nick Collison's checked in for Serge Ibaka. Now here's Curry. 6 points for him. Passes it to Landry. Over Collison. Landry no good. Clark, going back to Durant's height, 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, whatever you want to agree on. The Thunder have, even started to play him at power forward in certain situations. He can bring the ball up as a point. He can play the 2 with his shooting. I mean, he's all over the floor.
What he brings with his package of shooting, speed, scoring ability, and strength is only going to enhance all of that presently and as he moves forward in his career.
Thompson with the bucket. Thunder trailing by 18. Outside Westbrook. It's Durant with the drive. No luck. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way.
They have really been a group of glass eaters out there today, fellas. I mean, just devouring any and all rebounds.
And I think that's the difference in the game right now. A double-digit lead in that category.
The offensive rebound. Landry gets the bucket. Thunder have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Just his first attempt. That's good. Perkins got his first basket.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
Stolen by Collison. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Durant's got the ball. And blocked. And here is Curry. 6 points for him. That's good. Curry's got 8.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but opted instead for kind of a nice smooth finger roll. I like it.
Westbrook gets a screen from Collison. The dish to Durant. Back to Collison. 16 feet away. They get the rebound. Outside Durant. Inside. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Costly mistake there.
Yeah, trailing in the game. You can ill afford a miscue like that.
And the Warriors with some changes. Biedrins comes in for Lee. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Klay Thompson. Then for the Thunder, Jones checked in for Perkins. Harden comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Maynard in for Russell Westbrook. Now here is Jack. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. And Rush kicks to Landry. He dishes it to Jack. Shot clock at 6. The feet to Rush. Over Jones. Rush's shot is off.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Feeds it to Jones. Dishes to Durant. Working on Landry. Here's Jones. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Here's Curry. He's got 8. He's coming up on the double-double. Just a couple points away.
He's been making it happen all game long. Great effort.
And Jack kicks to Curry. And the shot is good. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter. Thunder trailing by 20. Harden outside. Collison with the screen for Harden. Back to Jones. Kicks it to Durant. Pietrins with the block. Just 5 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors. Barnes comes in for Steph Curry. And then for Oklahoma City, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Collison. Daquan Cook comes in for Jones. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Eric Maynard. Now, here is Harden. He's got 24. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Daquan Cook.
Thabo Sefolosha.
Warriors leading by 20. Now here is Jack. He's got 6. Jack gets a screen from Bogut. And Jack kicks to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Over Sefolosha. And it's Golden State with another.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Thunder have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Harden the pass to Ibaka. Westbrook defended by Jack. Pulls up on the elbow. Harden kicks to Durant. Second chance shot. Pietrins with the block. Ibaka. And he sails in for the layup. Ibaka's got 6. Now Rush. He's got 5. Jack with it. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Bogut dishes to Barnes. Sefolosha with the steal. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Durant. And that one's good.
Kevin Durant.
Durant's got 10 points here in the second half.
This defense is porous right now. I mean, way too many looks coming from inside the paint.
Now, it's 4 straight buckets now in the paint, and anybody in the NBA is going to make shots from there.
Here's Rush. He kicks to Bogut. The rebound by Harden.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Pass to Durant. And it's blocked by Pietrins. Westbrook passes to Sefolosha. Off target with his 3. Warriors leading by 18. And Jack kicks to Pietrins. That is good.
Well, what I like about Oklahoma City, Kevin, is that they're very well-rounded as a team. They can score, they can get out and run. They've got outstanding individual players, but they're really good defensively as well, so they can beat you in a lot of ways.
Durant, fended by Pietrins. And Durant, here we go. The 10-footer finds the target. Durant's got 32 points in the game. Balanced scoring, Clark and Steve, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
Well,
right, Steve?
Yeah, pass the cream, too. I mean, while you're at it. I mean, this has been something to watch. I mean, just everybody getting involved.
Different look here for the Warriors. Carl Landry's checked in for Bogut. Lee comes in for Andres Beatrice. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Brandon Rush. And Steph Curry subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for the Thunder. Now here's Westbrook. 5 points in the game. Off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked him. Well, if you look at the common theme for all the top teams in the league, it is solid defense. And Steve kind of just talked about that, Clark. And that certainly is what made the Thunder an elite team.
Well, getting better on defense is really a two-part process. I mean, you need the guys who can make plays and force turnovers, but you also need the entire team to buy into and embrace the system as the Thunder have.
.58 seconds left in the third quarter. Warriors leading by 16.
Curry.
Outside Curry. Thompson. Easy shot. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Durant sets a screen for Westbrook. The pass to Harden. Puts up a 3. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. 27 points for James Harden.
Well, he can shoot the 3. We know that. But I'm not sure the D does. I mean, they weren't anywhere near him on that possession.
Rejected by Perkins. Outside Durant. He passes to Westbrook. Tries for the alley-oop. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
How about the soft hands right there to make that catch and lay in?
Not
sweet.
Yeah, not the most forceful finish, Clark, but on an alley-oop, it's usually a little bit more strength.
Yeah, gentle is okay, though.
And that was nice, too. That was a finesse finish that got the job done.
That's good.
He got that one, but he hasn't been producing the way we're accustomed to. He needs to look for a shot a bit more.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors ahead. They lead by 13. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up, and we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game segment. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Our uncontainable game in this one, the stretch by the Warriors. The basket seemed to double in width for them at the start of the second quarter, and they made the most of it. You have to think they'll close things out here as we head to the final quarter.
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that was quite a run, guys. That made a big impact on where we are right now.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, Kevin. It was a major turning point. You know, they really hit on something that in the blink of an eye had them scoring almost at will.
Well, you got to share the credit for that kind of run. I mean, you can't just say it was all about offense. There was some stingy, stiff defense being played, too.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. Maynard is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Nick Collison. And it's...
Man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. Yeah, he spent a little extra time on the rim there. It looked like he wanted to do a pull-up.
It looked like it checking his landing. I think, Clark, man, pretty big statement, too.
Yeah, or so he'd have the refs believe.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. They're running out of time. Here's Rush, defended by Jones. Here's Curry. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Collison dishes to Maynard. Shoots over Curry, and play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Obviously, he's not afraid of physical play, but he still needs to play in control.
And he definitely wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over the back call.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush, and Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Klay Thompson. Then for the Thunder, Kevin Durant's checked in for Jones, and it's Harden in for Eric Maynard. To the paint, straight up. It's good from Barnes on the assist by Curry. And it's now 23 points for Barnes.
Steph Curry, of course, the son of NBA sharpshooter Del Curry. I guess great shooting runs in the family because he's got a younger brother who can really shoot too over at Duke.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Cephalosha's checked in. The free throw off from Barnes. He's talking about Seth Curry, who's at Duke, and Steph Curry, who's in the NBA with Golden State, still developing as a playmaker. Boy, you're not going to see many players who can shoot the ball better than him.
Agreed, Kevin, because he has a quick release and it's textbook form, and he's got unlimited range.
James Harden has become one of the best players off the bench in the NBA, and anytime you get a guy who can score like that and create offense, it's a tremendous weapon to have coming off your bench.
And going back to Harden, very fashion forward. It's not just the beard, it's the bow tie, the thick rim glasses.
Yeah, he calls Baron Davis his big brother, and they look like they go to the same stylist, that's for sure. I think it's the LA hipster thing, that swag that they're flowing with going on. But it's all good because Baron is a good role model for a guy like Harden. And to Harden's credit, he's latched himself to that wagon.
He feeds it to Barnes from downtown, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got 6 assists now in the game. Outside Westbrook. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Westbrook. 31 points for James Harden.
Well done finishing that one off.
Warriors leading by 12. And here is Jack. Jack gets a screen from Bogut. Outside Jack. Shot clock at 6. Barnes screen on Harden. Shot, high post. Jack's shot is good.
Now the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots, and that's what they've done.
And Durant, here we go. Harden outside. Latrey. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
I'll tell you what, he's had an excellent game, and they're going to have to continue to rely on him if they're going to come back.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Jack with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Goes up, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Check out the game for Jack. He has 8 points and 6 assists.
Line for 2.
And the first one drops. And some changes here for the Warriors. Carl Landry's checked in for Bogut. And it's Klay Thompson in for Steph Curry. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Perkins is checked in. And Jack drops them both.
Well, you love having him at the line, and he's certainly living up to that reputation tonight.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Good.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
And they're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intention.
Lee covered by Perkins. Baseline J on the way. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. That's 28 points for Barnes. Thunder trailing by 13. Perkins with the screen for Westbrook. Back to Durant. Takes a 3. Jack with the rebound. Jack's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Pass to Barnes. Back to Jack. And the shot is good. Jack's got 6 points in the quarter. The Thunder have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Westbrook kicks to Harden. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
We've seen James Harden playing a good game here. 34 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is raining down the threes, guys. You know how much I love to see this.
First one falls for him. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. Harden hits them both.
You know, even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line this half.
I think they've done a good job of making the most of their chances at the line, and they've got to keep it up to take the lead.
Curry dishes to Barnes. There's the dish to Lee. The feed to Curry. Curry gets the screen from Lee. 6 on the shot clock. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Barnes. 13 points for Steph Curry.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him, because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
Here is Harden. Back to Durant. And the layup is good. Durant's got 16 here in the second half. Now, here's Thompson. He dishes it to Curry. Right side Curry. Over Westbrook. And another basket for Golden State. Thunder trailing by 18. Feeds to Harden. Perkins with a screen on Thompson. Here's Cephalosha. Gets the bucket. Warriors leading by 16. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Harden. And that is good. Harden's got 38 points.
Yeah, very opportunistic defense there, leading to those points.
That's exactly what they'll do to you, Steve. They will pounce on your mistakes.
Curry passes to Lee. Stolen by Durant. Westbrook kicks to Durant. And that one's good.
Another turnover leading to a bucket.
Yeah, they've made the most of all these chances they've gotten from turnovers. I mean, it's really fueling their offense right now. Lee.
Curry kicks to Lee. Lee left side. Here's Barnes, and he slams it in one-handed.
No time wasted getting back off the ground when he got his hands on the ball. I like that quickness of jump.
And that's the idea, right? You know, take it back up strong.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no reason to hold on to it any longer than you have to.
Dishes it to Durant. Over Lee. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Harden. Durant's got 40 points. Timeout called the Warriors.
Harrison Barnes at 6'8", 220 pounds, comes in with good size at the small forward position. I thought it was disappointing that he didn't turn into more of a playmaker at North Carolina, more of a multi-dimensional offensive weapon, but he really became more of a jump shooter and a scorer as a Tar Heel.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Mark Jackson had some words for his team over that break. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Going back to Harrison Barnes, to have that kind of impact many expected for him early. He'll have to continue to, Clark, round out his game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he will, Kevin, because he's got size. He's a hard worker, serious about his game, wants to be good. He can shoot it. He's got to tighten up his ball handling. But if he does that, I think he's going to be fine.
5 on the clock. Here's Westbrook. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And guys, 10 of their last 12 points coming in the paint.
Yeah, I like their aggressiveness on offense, but the question is, where's the defense? They've got to put up some resistance here.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
Another turnover and another hoop the other way.
You know, a lot of the points they've given up, guys, have been the result of turnovers, and when you turn it over, there's no way to set your defense. Better offense will lead to better defense because you do have a chance to get set.
Westbrook against Curry. Again, Golden State.
What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
Kicks it to Westbrook. Takes the 3. And it's Westbrook again missing. Warriors leading by 13. Curry kicks to Lee. And Durant sends it back. Nice shot by Bogut.
And this is why they have the big lead. The rebounding has been dominant.
You know, guys, the +8 rebounding, I don't think it tells the whole story. I mean, they've been the more physical team from the outset. That's been the difference, their physicality.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. Thunder trailing by 15. Westbrook with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Shots good by Durant.
He's showing great leadership here, willing his team into this game with his performance, doing everything in his power to cut into the lead.
The Warriors shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. Outside Curry. Barnes sets a screen for Curry. Lock at 6. 11 feet away. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
I think he's setting the tone for the entire team in this quarter. Tremendous stuff. Good action.
He kicks it to Harden. Harden gets a screen from Durant. Harden dishes to Durant. Over Thompson. And again, it's Kevin Durant. Durant's got 44.
He's just been dominant, trying to dig his team out of the hole.
Warriors leading by 13. Curry kicks to Lee. Makes the lead pass. Ball deflected. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Warriors ball.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Oklahoma City. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Curry. Thunder trailing by 15. Outside Westbrook. Shoots over Curry. Westbrook, no good.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. He looks like he's completely out of rhythm.
And Curry, here we go. Ibaka comes with the double team. Lee passes to Bogut. Dunks it down.
And that should do it. This is an insurmountable lead.
Yep, there's too little time left, too big a deficit to overcome. This one, over.
1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. And Durant gets double teamed. Here's Ibaka. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive.
Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Curry with it. Westbrook picks him up. Thompson for the triple. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Westbrook against Curry. Westbrook dishes to Sefolosha. Ibaka with a screen on Thompson. Sefolosha kicks to Ibaka. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Nice little run here, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, I agree. Just not enough time, Steve. The clock is their enemy, not their friend.
The Warriors shooting a scorching 68% in the game. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Several teams changing it up here. Now Maynor. Back to Ibaka. The basket good off the assist from Maynor.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
5 seconds left to play here in the fourth. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just did one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Harrison Barnes.